if you look back at, the numbers he was putting up the last couple of years, I mean, they weren't Gronkowski legendary type numbers. They were good average type, starting type numbers for him. But what really shown when I looked up the numbers on this is when he got to the playoffs, he came alive. And so I think with the players that they have out there in Tampa, they got two studs out there at the wide receiver position. They got good tight ends, Cameron Bay. I don't know what they're going to do with O.J. Howard. He's not going to have to be the guy. He can be somebody that comes in there, catches 45 to 50 balls. I think that'd be a great season for him. And then when the playoffs come, that's, he's going to get leaned on. But I like him that he's lost a lot of weight. I read somewhere, and I'm going to shoot him a text, that towards the end of my career, you need to lose a little bit of weight. And what is expected of him, I don't think he needs to go out there and be that dominant blocker like he was. He's towards the end of his career. I think it's a great move for him to come back, obviously playing with Tom Brady. They know each other. And with those other guys, it's going to take a lot of pressure off of Rob. He's going to have a good time. And I like that he came back, and obviously going with Tom is the best thing you can, you want to play one of the best of all time, and he's not going with any other quarterback besides Tom. It's a good choice. I think he's going to have a decent year, but not big. I don't think 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. I don't see that coming, but I do see him having an impactful presence when he's on that football field.
I agree with you, Tony. The numbers don't suggest that you're going to get an all-time Gronk back on your roster if you're the Tampa Bay Bucks. But because of circumstances, because of the fact he did retire redshirt, and he's going to come back fresher from those injuries, because he's going to be the security blanket and comfort for Tom Brady in the offseason that everyone's compromised, that familiarity is going to lend itself well to Rob Gronkowski. The numbers probably will be bordering around a Pro Bowl level. The short intermediate throws will still be there, but Gronkowski of tremendous heights, I think, is behind him, but certainly somebody who's going to be a tremendous asset.
Yeah, I expect Gronk to have a great year. I'm going to put him around 60 catches because I think he's extremely motivated. I think he and Tom Brady are going to be out to prove that they can do more even without Bill Belichick. So I think Gronk's going to be really effective in the regular season, and I think he'll be a beast in the postseason if they make it that far. Tony, I did want to ask you a follow-up because you got to work with him on television all this past year. Did you sense that he would come out of retirement? Did you have a feeling that he was retired forever?
No. I mean, you could tell. I asked him, I said, how do you feel? And, he's on the CBD. He said his body feels good. He said he was working out 5 days a week. And I thought he was going to come back last year. Honestly, I thought he was going to come back towards the middle of the season, come back to New England, make another run because his body was healed up. But just getting that sense, you can tell he still missed it. He's young. I mean, he's not even 31 yet. He's going to turn 31 here pretty soon or whatever it is. I played till I was 37. I was telling him, hey, you take care of your body, you eat well, you get good rest, all the things, and do all that partying stuff that you like to do during the offseason. You can play. And so when he came out, I was not surprised. I think it's more of, I'm sure you guys have spoke on it, but it's more of a tale about he didn't like it in New England. It's not fun. Meaning not. He liked winning, but it's just not fun. Now he gets to have fun and go out there and win. And they're a championship caliber team now. So I see why he came back. It made great sense.
Tony, do you think this compromised offseason is going to hurt Tom Brady this year?
You know what? I've been thinking about that. A guy like Tom, who knows everything there is to know about the quarterback football position, I got a feeling that it's not going to stop him too much. Of course, you're going to have those growing pains, and you're going to be getting into the ins and outs. But they're going to form the offense to what Tom wants. It's kind of like when Peyton Manning went to the Broncos. I mean, that offense instantly became a Peyton Manning offense, not whatever they were doing there before. And I see that here. And then one other thing, too. This is the best receiving core Tom has ever had. And it'd be like if I'm playing with Shaquille O'Neal, I just need to get the ball near him. That's what you can do with Mike Evans and Godwin and Gronk. I mean, he don't have to be that good anymore. Just get the ball in their area. I played with some quarterbacks where I told them before the play and before the season, Tyler Thigpen, guys like that, Brody Crow, just get the ball near me. I'll go up and go catch it. I think that's what Tom has. It's a luxury now. He doesn't even have to be that on target like he had to be with those little receivers he had out there in New England the last couple of years. These are big boys, and big boy game, just get the ball above the rim, and they'll go make the play.
Yeah, he won't be compromised. I just think that this situation where it's going to play itself into what Tom Brady's strengths are, which is the short intermediate game. He's going to have better assets. If you're running back Ronald Jones, if you're Gronkowski, look for the leaks out the backfield, look for the short intermediate hooks and the seam routes, just something to get the offense going while you're trying to learn all of the details. And then you see Evans and Godwin, they will prosper as well. But first day, getting the ball rolling, first domino to fall is going to be what Tom Brady knows best, which is just get the ball out your hand to your playmakers in a short space, the long handoff. And I don't think that you need an extensive offseason if you're Tom Brady to make sure you go to your security blanket and Gronkowski or the shorter throws.
Yeah, I think if we see a great Tom Brady, it'll be in the second half of the NFL season. I do think his start will be slowed by the fact he won't have got to spend a lot of time with these receivers during the offseason like I think he normally would have planned to do. All right, let's move to a final topic. The most interesting thing in the NFL draft, Tony, was the Green Bay Packers' decision to trade up and go get Utah State quarterback Jordan Love. Then they made another interesting decision. The rest of the draft, they never took a wide receiver in a draft that was called one of the deepest wide receiver drafts in the NFL history. The Packers don't supply Aaron Rodgers another receiving threat, and they go out and get their young quarterback of the future in the first round. Could you see, Tony, it's my argument that I think we could see after this season Aaron Rodgers asked to get out of Green Bay. Could you see Aaron Rodgers asking out?
You know, I don't know, because I'm looking at that whole situation with Jordan Love. I mean, it's a repeat of what happened with Aaron. So if anybody can understand what the Packers are trying to do, they're saying, hey, you're 37 years old. We love you. We trust you. We're in an NFC Championship game last year. Why not? Let's plan for the future. And we hope that this kid Jordan doesn't play. You know, for another 3 years, you can keep the reins and teach this kid how to play some football. However, if things don't go that well, if they're not winning and Aaron's not playing well, that's the only way I could ever see him asking to leave. I don't see it. I think if they made him the highest pay or whatever he is, he's up there making $34, $35 million, whatever it is. I don't think it would be in a position to ask to leave. It's not like they've lost faith in him, and he's not like his play has gone down. I would be pissed off. I'm not going to lie about the draft. I get maybe the quarterback, but you got to get me some more receivers. I do have Devontae Adams. I got Aaron Jones. They got a running back. They got a tight end in the third round. So I think they feel, hey, Aaron, you're good enough. We can win without drafting these skilled players. But at the same time, too, I don't know. I just don't think Aaron's as upset as everybody wants him to be upset.
I don't think he's going to ask out. I mean, he knows the numbers. He knows that $51 million this year, dead money, $31 next year. He knows that it's advantageous for him to stay there and make that money, and that he's going to force their hand in terms of them just riding with Aaron Rodgers because of the numbers. So if you look at it, obviously they should have surrounded him with more talent. We've all reported that they haven't drafted a skilled player since he was drafted in the first round. We get all that. In the last 5 years, in the top 3 rounds, they haven't even drafted a receiver or acquired one in free agency that is of top level. We get that. But if you look at the mental math and you look at this situation deeper, they may one day come to Aaron Rodgers and say, you know what? It's about time for Jordan Love. 2 reasons. The mishandling, if you want to call it, of dealing with post-GOAT status in New England. They don't have their quarterback of the future for uncertainty yet. And then what's happening in New Orleans as well with Drew Brees and another 2-year deal, but it's really a 1-year deal, and he's going to the booth. A little mishandling there as well. It's never a clean break when you're talking about trying to replace a GOAT. But their way of doing it, if you watch what they're saying about Jordan Love, the biggest attribute is that he's humble. The biggest weakness of Aaron Rodgers is reported he's not humble. I think they're trying to hit Aaron in his blind spot right now in terms of maybe 3 years down the line, Jordan Love's ready to take over?
Listen, Tony, you said Aaron Rodgers should be pissed off. And then Aaron Rodgers, we all know, is very smart. He's a Cal grad. Maybe he's too damn intelligent. He's smart enough to figure out, like, Tom Brady's playing for another organization. Peyton Manning went and played for another organization. Brett Favre went and played for another organization. So did Joe Montana. If I'm Aaron Rodgers and I need to win another second or third Super Bowl to cement my legacy, I'm just sorry. If we don't get it done this year and I reach the conclusion it's because they didn't provide me the proper support, I'm getting the hell out of there and try to force myself to a better situation. Everybody else has done it. Tony, I'm going to give you the final word. Let your boy say hello if he wants to. I see his hand in the background, but then we got to get out of here.
Yeah, well, they got Devin Funchess. Not that he's a Pro Bowl type receiver, but I think Aaron Rodgers, if I'm the franchise of the Green Bay Packers, I'm looking at him saying, hey, you're one of the best of all time, if not the best ever. You can win without us giving you skilled players. I wouldn't like that if I was him. But I have no problem, too, thinking that Aaron Rodgers, if he wants to play till he's 41, 42 years old, like it seems that's the going thing now for all these quarterbacks, I doubt that he'll be a Green Bay Packer for life. He'll definitely be in another uniform, and that's no problem for him.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.